Have you ever wondered why few companies are called as blue chip? In poker, blue chips have highest value out of all other chips. So, company which are secure and have ability to produce good results even in tough situations are considered as blue chips. Hey guys, hope you get what you're looking for. Let's start with business model before getting into financials. In today's session, let's discuss the next big thing in India, which is casino and gaming industries. India's richest person, Mukesh Ambani, believes that gaming will be bigger than music, movies, and television shows put together in future. Let's start with casino industries. The casino industry is estimated to grow by 10.5% CAGR by 2030, and Asia holds more than 40% of market share, the largest in the gambling industry, and North America is the second largest. WinStar World Casino is the largest casino in the world with 6 lakh square feet, and Las Vegas Sands in the USA is the world's most profitable casino with 13.7 billion US dollars in 2019. The largest age group for gambling are groups from 45 to 64 years old, in which India has around 15% of the population group in this range. Now let's see about gaming industries. The Indian gaming industry has grown significantly over past few years due to high increase in youth population and the evolution in various industries like technology, smartphones have boosted the growth in games and entertainment in India. India's gaming industry market value was around 60 billion INR and estimated growth by 2024 which stands at 250 billion INR. Since India has a 75% age group below 45 years, we are witnessing a new generation's interest in digital sports and entertainment. Over 60% of Indian gamers are seen below 24 years old in 2016, and most of them prefer smartphones and other digital platforms over desktop and laptop games. Investments from big players such as Alibaba, Tencent, and Yuzu have led a rapid growth of gaming in India. Currently, there is an estimated 1 billion online gamers worldwide, with China, South Korea, and Japan having the biggest online gaming reach among the population. In 2025, online gaming audience are projected to surpass even 1.3 billion mark. And the revenue from online casino in India is expected to reach 250 billion rupees within 2030. Hence, both the gaming and casino industries involve the age group from 18 to 64 years, which covers the majority of world's population which is involved in gaming and casinos. Delta Corp Limited is the only listed company in India engaged in casino and gaming industry via live, electronic and online mediums. They own and operate casinos in India in the states of Goa and Sikkim, Daman a union territory in India. They have managed to capture over 55% of market share in organized casino market. Currently, casino is their main business which contributes about 75% of total income where they offer approximately 1800 gaming positions across India, which makes them a leader even in casino industries. They operate 3 offshore casinos out of 6 in Goa, which are Deltine Royale and Deltine Jack, amongst the country's two largest offshore casinos, and Deltine Caravel, the only floating hotel in casino in India. The total number of gaming positions in Goa is about 1600. And from July 26, 2016, they have started to operate in Sikkim with more than 200 gaming positions. And from 2020, they have also started an international casino business in Kathmandu Marriott Hotel in Nepal, which offers more than 200 gaming positions across 20 live gaming tables. The recent acquisition of Gauss Networks Private Limited, which operates the online poker site called Adda52.com, to become a leader in online poker, and the online rummy site Adda52rummy.com, which has not done great in recent times, but they are working on a new platform to add new skill games in partnership with Nazara in a company called Hala Play, who are engaged in fantasy games and they're promising to grow online games business, where Margin from online gaming stood 26% year on year in 2020 from 18% in 2019. At present, online gaming contributes about 15% in revenue. Hence, it is expected to grow by 40% CAGR to 2.8 billion US dollars by 2022 from 1.1 billion dollars in 2019. They also have started a hospitality business where gaming and hospitality run parallel. And with the quality services, they are not only attracting the serious gamers, but family and tourists as well. Delta Corp currently owns two hotels and a villa in Goa with 106 five-star hotel rooms, which also include two restaurants, a lounge bar, spa, game, and swimming pool. And in Daman, they provide 176 five-star hotel rooms. The Deltin is the largest integrated resort in Daman, spread over 3 lakh square feet of developed area. This hotel offers the largest banquet facility in area with 3 bars, 4 specialty restaurants, 29,000 square feet of indoor events and 8,000 square feet of high-end retail space. It also has a facility of spa, saloon, gym and swimming pools. Their business has resumed back to pre-COVID levels and their future goals are here. 1. To build a new floating casino in Goa. 2. Building resorts to include hotels, water parks, convention centers and casino in Goa. 3. To develop an online gaming business where they are estimated to spend 1200 to 1500 crores of investments in next 5 years. All these aspects are promising that sky is the limit in the revenue generation in upcoming years. Let's see its financials. Limited's financials with the help of screener. Delta Corp is a small cap company with a market cap of 4,897 crore with a current price of 183 rupees. With the 52-week high of 202 rupees and low of 85 rupees. Its book value is 72.8 rupees and dividend yield is 0.55%. ROCE is negative 0.18% and ROE is negative 0.98% with a face value of 1 rupees. Over 1 year, the price has shot up from 86 rupees to 202 rupees, which is more than 125%. Now let's check the pros and cons of the company. The pros is the company is almost debt free. In fact, it's a debt free. The cons are stock is trading at 2.59 times of its book value and the company has delivered a poor sales growth of 2.23% over past 5 years. Now let us check annual profit and loss statement. The sales has shot up from 132 crores to 773 crores pre-COVID levels and currently it's 419 crores. Expenses also shot up from 86 crores to 498 crores pre-COVID levels. Currently it is 406 crores. Operating profit has also shot up significantly from 46 crores to 276 crores pre-COVID levels and the high was 314 crores. Currently, it is in the range of 13 to 18 crores. Let us check net profit. Net profit has shot up from 12 crores to the range of 190 crores pre-COVID level. Due to COVID, now it is ranging between negative 24 to 25 crores. EPS as well has shot up from 0.72 rupees to the range of 7 pre-COVID levels. And it is ranging between negative 0.9% currently. The compounded sales growth for last 3 years is negative 12%. Let us check the balance sheet. The reserves has shot up significantly from 231 crores to the range of 1900 crores. And the borrowings is reduced to 0 from 270 crores. Let us look at cash flow. Cash flow from operating activity was stood at 320 crores pre-COVID levels, where profit from operations was 290 crores. Now let us look at important ratios. ROCE stood in a range of 12 to 16% over past 3-year pre-COVID level, and debtor days has reduced from 14 days to 3 days. Now let us look at shareholding pattern. Promoter stake over Delta Corp is constant at 33%, where FIIs reduced from 23% to 8%, and DIIs had increased stake in Delta Corp from 3% to 7%, where public has shown more interest over Delta Corp and it is increased from 39% to 51%. Thank you for making up to the end of this video. Hope this video was helpful. Stay safe.